Hello guys, what's going on? Zach here, and I've got another random map game. This time it is a 2 versus 2 on Scandinavia. And all the players in this game are from Chinaland. They are down to the very south of the map in red. We do have Mr. Duck. He's playing as Teutons right down here. And his teammate, I believe it's his teammate. No, it's not his teammate. His teammate up to the north of the map in teal is Quishayoyi. He's also known as Miss Zoo or Zoo. He's playing as Huns in teal up to the sort of northeast of the map. These guys are facing up against two other players from China as well, up to the very north of the map in blue. We've got VG Paladin. He's playing as Teutons, and his teammate CKF I Am Okay in yellow, playing as Huns as well. Excuse the really terrible Chinese accent there. I don't even know where that came from, to be honest with you, just out of nowhere. Anyway, so yeah, 2v2 on Scandinavia, and this one's actually looking pretty good because they both have water in the back. Well, both teams have water in the back. Now, sometimes when you get Scandinavia, players can be right in the middle here, and it can be pretty awkward because they have to travel a very long way to get to the coast, and it delays their dock very much indeed. But the way that this is actually set up, I think the furthest person from the dock here, or from the water here, is going to be Paladin. And I mean, he's got a bit of a way to go, and unfortunately for him as well, there's actually two wolves right here. So when he goes to build a dock around this side, he may encounter these wolves or these wolves here, and could lose a villager if he just sends one. So we'll keep an eye out on that. That would be pretty unfortunate for him if that happens, delaying his dock even further. As for the other guys, though, they all have water on the back right here, and they will be placing docks down right there. And something that you see a lot in this map is that later on in the game, because it's very open in the middle of the map, it's a pretty tough wall if you wanted to wall this all off, and I doubt the players would do this, regardless of the fact that they are Chinese. One thing that can happen quite a lot is that, for instance, Mr. Zoo here, he could go and send over a villager to the other side, build a dock, make some fire ships, take out all the fishing ships. So they have to be very careful of that, and they may decide to get some fire ships or some galleys out earlier on, just to make sure that there's not going to be any sneak docks on either side. But one thing that you probably noticed right here, they do have 3 boar, so plenty of food, though, yeah, a big deer patch as well. I was going to say, though it doesn't look like Mr. Zoo here actually had many deer nearby, but there actually are up here. So quite a lot of food on this map, similar in a sense to Yucatan, with lots of boar. But even so, the players should not miss out on the opportunity to build a dock. And as you can see, I Am Okay just heading up here right now to build his dock. And Paladin as well looks like he's going to run into these 2 wolves, and that is not going to be good for him. Fortunately, only attracting the attention of the one, and obviously now he's going to be able to deal with that. He has a loom already, so he is going to be safe and sound. But I mean, if he'd have encountered this one, he would have survived, but it would have been a little bit, you know, a bit dicey for him. Would have been very dicey indeed. What can we see over here? Oh, okay, that's Paladin's scout, just scouting out over Zoo's base right now. Duck has got his dock up, and plenty of big fish down here for him. Same as Zoo as well, and of course Paladin just getting his up slightly more delayed compared to everyone else. In fact, I Am OK's dock slightly further behind as well, but at this stage of the game, it's probably not going to make so much of an impact. So I'm going to speed things up through the Dark Age because you guys know exactly what to expect right here. Now, as far as drushing is concerned, because of the fact they have got the 3 boar, it could be a possibility, but it's more likely that they're going to just go for a fast feudal, or even, in this case, a fast castle. But I think for Duck down here, way too open for him to do a fast castle. It would be quite risky. I Am Okay has a much more closed map. As you can see, he's already starting to wall it up right now, and he's actually got a pretty easy wall. As you can see, this area here, and the rest is all trees, so no problem for him to wall at all. And he could wall here, here, and, well, actually here, and he'd be fine. He might even leave it open. So we could see fast castles from them. I mean, Duck's going up on 25 right now, sending 3 over to gold. He's playing as Huns, Teutons even. I thought it was Huns for a second. Huns is up in the north here. Actually, that's worth noting. It's Huns versus Teutons on the bottom, and it's Teutons versus Huns on the top. Now, Teutons can go for like a really cool trush if they like, because they can garrison 10 units into towers, but it's not really often seen anyway. But aside from that, it's probably going to be pretty standard stuff. And probably, you know, we could see scouts or archers. I'm judging by Paladin what he's doing here. We could see him go for archers. He's transitioned a lot of villagers on to wood right there. But he's also taking the deer over here. There's a lot of deer for him. And I'm going to have a quick look right now. You know, he could actually do a fast castle here quite comfortably. He's not even clicked up to feudal yet. So that's pretty indicative of a fast castle for him. And maybe he's just going to go straight out for knights, as Teutons do get reasonable knights here. So we could see knights straight out for him. Miss Zoo, though, is just up to feudal right now, putting down a stable. So we're going to see some scouts from him. But let's look at his scouting. He hasn't actually scouted much of Paladin recently, and he's going to find that Paladin's fully walled. So that could mean one of two things. It could mean that Paladin is going to either... Well, sorry, Miss Zoo is either going to send his scouts over to I Am Okay, but this is really nice, actually. I Am Okay and Paladin actually making a team wall here, and walling completely across the front. As you can see, it's all closed. It's all closed already. And so they're both going to probably, in this situation, fast castle. I Am Okay going up on 39 population to feudal right now. Duck is up to feudal as well, I believe. No, he's already at feudal on 27 population, also putting down a stable. So it's going to be scouts, it looks like, from both Miss Zoo and Duck here. And they may have a hard time getting in, because this is all walled off. Going to be tough for them to break through these walls super quickly. And it's surprising, really. They've actually managed to team wall this off. Now, I was thinking initially that, you know, walling across the center is a little bit more tough, and it is. But walling across this side actually is very easy for them. I didn't even look at it from that angle. And they're going to be pretty much walled for the entirety of the feudal age, I feel, or maybe even longer. So this could end up being a reasonably long game. We'll have to see how it goes. I Am Okay just sticking down a barracks right now. But of course, able to fast castle. He's already got the 800 food he needs. He just needs that little bit more gold, and he's got 5 villagers on there. So that's going to be pretty easy for him to do. Paladin going up to castle in just a sec as well. He's got a stable going up and a blacksmith, so he is definitely going to be going for knights, no doubt about it. And they've invested reasonably heavily in ships as well, fishing ships. 6 ships there for Paladin, but the big one, I Am Okay, with a good 7, 8, or 9 ships right there. Comparing that to Duck's 4 and Miss Zoo's 7. I Am Okay and Paladin certainly fishing a lot more, and they're going to have very, very good economies because of it. So that's going to work really well for supporting knight production. Paladin just clicking up to Castle Age right now, and going to be able to take a lot of gold right here. And with these extra fishing ships, same for I Am Okay as well, with the extra fishing ships, they're going to have so much food coming in that they will be able to produce a lot more knights, and or even just get the upgrades super early and then push an advantage there. I'm Okay, actually not going for knights, actually. I take that back. He is actually going for cavalry archer, which he is playing as Huns, so that doesn't make sense. Let's see. Duck, just, yeah, still in feudal, but for now, sticking with his stable. I don't know if he's going to go for knights or not then. I mean, this map works pretty well for knights, because you do have the extra food and from the deer, and obviously you've got secure fishing in the back as well. So knights work out very well, but of course Huns, with their cheaper cavalry archers, Huns up here, with their cheaper cavalry archers, they can go for cavalry archer pretty easily as well, and it will save them a bit of gold right there. I keep getting confused who is playing as who, as it's opposite on each side, and that just boggles my mind somehow. Massive walling here, though, from Paladin and I Am Okay. Stone walls coming up behind it, and now I Am Okay making more archery ranges. I think Paladin going to be up to castle first. It could be I Am Okay. Yeah, it's going to be Paladin, I believe, up to castle first. Duck's shortly behind. Miss Zoo still in feudal, actually. Those scouts really did slow him down, making 1 or 2 extra. And that cost of the scouts there, slowing him down quite a lot. Not only that, but with the stone walls here, He's not got any stone left to make a new TC as soon as he goes up to castle. So Zoo gonna have to put up some big pressure, I feel. Otherwise, he's gonna fall behind with his economy quite quickly. Quite a few fishing ships in the back still, but I don't think that really makes up for lacking 2 TCs once he reaches castle. Paladin then is up, and he's already put a TC down. That's going to go down straight away. At the same time, making 2 knights at a time as well. And I really do feel that this map lends itself very well to knights indeed. This knight going back here, I'm not sure if that was intentional. It looks like he's set the gallop point to the front, so it's probably trying to run all the way around or something, because it glitches out like that sometimes. There's a clear path to there, but the knight's going to come out the back, and I don't know, it's just stupid. But second TC, third TC down for Paladin. We're going to watch Duck right now. He's up to castle, and he is making knights as well, so both Teuton players making knights. That makes a lot of sense. I did keep thinking for a minute that Duck was playing as Huns, as obviously I'm okay here playing as Huns as well. But I'm okay with the 3 archery ranges and a stable down as well. We could see the stable just for bloodlines though. But he is going to go with cavalry archers, and just look how much food and gold he has. As I was saying, so good for making knights. But that food is obviously going to be good for him anyway, because it's going to allow him to boom quite effectively, and he can of course keep booming and making cavalry archers at the same time. So it's a very good thing for him to go cavalry archers as well. A few idols at the back, but they're being sourced out right now. And let's have a look. Miss Zoo is just so far behind in terms of aging up. And it's taking a bit of stone now, though. Thankfully, he's taking the stone, but he is going to be slow to get his second, third TC up. Paladin's already got his 2 up, and the third is on the way. I'm okay. Putting his second and his third probably going to come fairly soon. He's lacking the wood for it at the moment. Duck with 3 as well, and no real super strong pressure. Now, if I was Paladin and I am okay right now, I would really start to pile the pressure on. I mean, they have got an advantage with their economies, but I really feel like if they put the pressure on right now, they might do pretty well. It's really hard to say, because I mean, like, that Duck and Miss Zoo are actually walled as well, fully. In which case, you know, it's going to make it a little bit tough for either side to play really aggressively. But because Paladin and I'm okay have the economy behind this, I feel like if they actually did get really aggressive, it could pay off for them. So Miss Zoo then, obviously playing as Huns up here, making knights, as I said earlier. Not adding any archery ranges, so we're not going to see that from him at all. Whereas I'm okay going pure cavalry archers, and there we go. Upgrades are plenty. +2 attack, +1 defense. He did not mess around getting those upgrades on, and still so much resource in the bank for him. His economy in absolute top form right now, mostly due to this absolutely ridiculous amount of fishing ships back here. So he is going to be very comfortable. Consider that Duck is still only on the 4. He's not adding any extra in at all. So I'm okay, really starting to pull ahead here in his economy. And of course, with the cheaper cavalry archers, able to keep his gold and food high as well, get the upgrades very quickly, and he may even do a pretty fast Imperial time here. I mean, he could do it. He just needs a bit of extra food, and he's sorted. Coming in now with the cavalry archers then, and now he's really going to be looking to poke and push, but Duck coming out right now with a few knights. Of course, no upgrades on them at the moment, but outnumbered, and the cavalry archers would die if they fought that outright. Of course, though, still making cavalry archers 3 at a time. And I'm okay, he's just getting his 3rd TC up right now. And of course, I think not going to go up to Imperial straight away. As you can see, he is spending that food on making a load of extra villages, which makes sense as well, because if you go Imperial too fast, then you don't have the economy to support the upgrades or the unit production anyway, and your opponents end up catching you up in the end. One thing he is doing is plonking a university down. He will want to get ballistics from there, and that of course is going to improve the accuracy of his cavalry archers. But right now, just going to be running away from Duck. I don't know if he got... It looks like he literally just researched husbandry right there. You can see instantly his cavalry archers with a quick speed boost getting away from Duck right there as he researches husbandry and also bloodlines. So we're going to see very, very upgraded cavalry archers very shortly. And providing they can get some range, they could do a bit of damage. I mean, in here, maybe hit a few villagers. Maybe in here as well, hit some villagers. So map control looking like it's going to go towards Paladin and I am okay. Paladin with a 4TC on the front and a monastery as well to collect up the relics. Doesn't look like he's going to be making monks to get conversions with, but look at this. He's almost up to 1,000 food right now, and we could be seeing a pretty fast castle out of him, which is quite remarkable considering, Imperial even, considering he's actually putting down his 4TC on the front. Really big economies for these guys. I'm going to speed things up because I've got a feeling that what's going to happen here is Paladin and OK are going to reach Imperial pretty quickly. Duck and Zoo are going to be catching up in their economies. And then it's going to be a very, very quick fight to the finish, as I am OK and Paladin will probably have the upgrade advantage, eco advantage, and really they just push that really, really quickly. Mass cavalry archers coming in here then. And that is a lot of cavs for I am OK. Duck going to be very, very hard pressed to actually fight that straight up. He's got knights with +2, which is obviously great. But a little bit of miss micro there, losing a few knights already before even engaging. And of course I am OK with +2 attack, bloodlines, +2 defense. He is going to be pretty happy with that. And you know, he may end up losing quite a lot of cavalry archers even so, but the knights from Duck are going to fall right now, and that's his entire army gone in an instant. So going to be a little bit bad for him right now. Obviously, if I am OK can start to push in, he can get in here, there's a gap, he can run in, and he can very comfortably get in there and kill a lot of villagers with his cavalry archers. Miss Zoo, though, up to Imperial. I actually didn't notice that. He clicked up. I was wondering why his resources were looking so low. Going for a fast Imperial here. Obviously, not got much military out at the moment, so he's going to have to really step on the gas in terms of getting his military production up. But is it going to be a bit too late? That's the thing. I'm OK with so many cavalry archers right now. Paladin not far behind in terms of upgrading either. And he's going to keep things very busy. Well, it's going to keep Miss Zoo very busy indeed. Duck, still castle, way, way, way away from Imperial. And of course, I'm OK, going to be clicking up fairly soon as well. With some real mass cavalry archers going on right here. So, Paladin and Zoo, well, I know Paladin's going to be going for Cavalier. I was going to say cavalry archers. That's Cavalier right there. 50% on that. And it's going to be very, very short amount of time before Cavalier are just roaming the map right now. Kaishi switching to cavalry archers. Of course, he did start by making a few knights, but Bracer already done there, but still lacking upgrades overall. As you can see, he does not have bloodlines yet. He does not have +2 defense yet, or even +4 defense, and it's just going to be a while before he gets those upgrades in. At this stage, I'm OK could attack him head on and take those cavalry archers out. Of course, Paladin now with Cavalier, 140 HP on those, +2 defense as well. So, these cavalry archers without bloodlines, which, well, okay, bloodlines literally just being researched as I said that. But I was going to say, without bloodlines, they would die pretty quickly to the Cavalier. But pretty big attack coming in from I am OK right here. Putting a castle down on the front as well. If that castle goes down, that is a big problem for Duck. He's going to lose this TC. He's going to lose this gold on the front and very quickly have this gold pressured as well. Not a lot he can do in terms of fighting these cavalry archers. His knights just aren't going to stand up to it. And of course, not focusing down on these villagers because he will lose the knights anyway. And now, Kaishi, Mizu coming in. With the upgrade disadvantage still, I would say. +4 on these Cavalier now as well. And this is going to be very swiftly over for Duck, I feel. He really has nothing to defend. 4 knights is not going to be enough against 20 or 30 cavalry archers. On top of this as well, I think, yeah, I am OK up to Imperial as well. This castle going to be doing big, big work. Loads of rams coming in. Capture ram could be being researched somewhere, not sure. Can't see that yet. But even so, this is just going to be up in a blaze in a second. Losing this gold on the front, there's a big problem for Duck. He needs that gold. There's no gold in the back that I can see. So obviously pretty unfortunate for him that all of his golds are on the front. But really not securing them well enough. 1 down. And Duck resigns instantly. He knows he cannot fight this. And Miss Zoo shortly to follow. So I was kind of right in my prediction there that I'm OK and Paladin would just get imp quickly and just roll. And that is exactly what they did. But I think the big mistake here for Duck is the lack of fishing ships at the back. I mean, he had 4 fishing ships right there. And compare that to how many I Am Okay and how many Paladin had. And he was even using fish traps right here. They just had so much extra food, and that obviously allowed them to pump out a load more military and really boom their economies without really stepping off the gas in terms of military production. Whereas obviously Kaishi and Duck just lacking the fishing ships back here, and I think that was a big problem for them. Obviously out of fish, but even so, they could have made the traps or took them faster. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. As usual, I've been Zach, and I will see you next time.